Hey guys, this is Shruti Enkar and I'm back with another episode of Crack It all about campus placements. And today we have with us a very dynamic and versatile person who is the epitome of knowledge. So please welcome our guest, Master Bhushan Kinge, who is placed in Veritas. Talking about Bhushan, he is currently in his final year of engineering in Information Technology Department. Moreover, he is the head of Team Cipher's coding department and was also the co-leader of Team Curiosity. So first of all, congratulations, Bhushan, for being selected in Veritas.
Thank you, Shruti, for that wonderful introduction of mine. Yeah,
Okay, so shall we start with the interview?
yes, definitely.
Okay, so my first question to you is, how did you start your preparation for the interview?
Okay, so starting about the preparation, you can say no one really prepares for interviews from the what you can say start of their engineering and all. So what happens is basically after like in your third year, Bodesa comes and tells you that yeah, now you have to get serious in your life and you have to start preparing for your placements and all. So yes, I have started my preparation around let's just say at the start of the third year basically. That was for campus or college company placements, that type of interviews. But before that also I had many interviews and all. I also interviewed other students as well. So yeah, that was also a part of the journey for which I have been preparing for interviews and all.
Okay, so from which year did you start preparing yourself?
For placements, for company placements, at the start of third year, you can say just after 1 or 2 months, we had a meeting with Bodesa. So yeah, from that time, I started for preparing.
Okay, that's great. So what extra skills were necessary?
Okay, so basically for interview, I think your communications and all those skills matters a lot, and also I think if you are a kind of person who does a lot of extracurricular stuffs and all, those things also add a lot of things into your personality, which you can also count as an extra skill. Yeah.
Okay, so how many rounds were there in Veritas interview process?
Yeah, so basically there were 4 rounds. This was the first company I thought that had 4 rounds in its process. So basically, they were the first round. It was the MCQ and aptitude test, and the second one was a technical interview, followed by the managerial round, and last one was the HR round.
Okay. Uh, so in our previous video, we had Sakshi who was talking about virtualization DNS. So were
Hmm.
these the questions asked to you as well, or there was something different?
So yes, you can say that in a company, pretty much for the technical interview, uh,
Mhm.
things remain same. At least for let's just 20-30% questions are same. But after that, the questions depend on what type of answers you give to them, right? Like let's just say
Okay.
every company comes to your college in hoping that they will find people with proper foundation. They'll not go into deep stuff. They'll just hover over the basic stuffs, and later on, like once you have answered them all the basic questions, they'll try to explore you. Like let's just say that I have basic knowledge, I have cleared my basic knowledge. Now they'll try to explore that till what depth I have understanding over a particular topic. So according to that, the questions will change. So basically, in TR interview, uh, they'll focus on two major things. That is your resume and your basic knowledge over for the job role, right? So in Veritas, especially for the particular job role, it was divided into, you can say, like three basic topics which we have in our engineering, that is computer networks, then operating system, cloud computing, and remaining you can expect questions over your resumes. So you can expect 30% questions on your computer networks, 30% questions on your operating system, 20% somewhat on cloud computing, because cloud computing is kind of an advanced subject in our engineering, and 20% based on your resume. So basically, the first question which they asked me was, uh, let's just say they gave me a scenario. Like, let's just say we have a website. Now I am loading the website. Now tell me what is the backend process that is happening when once we are trying to load a website. Like what kind of protocols or what kind of things are going behind the let's say user interface and all. So I had to explain them what kind of protocols are going around, what kind of messages are following over there. That was expected as an answer. So yeah, that was my first question. Then they asked me about DNS server. They asked me about how DHCP server work. Then what is the DORA process? Then what is ARP? Difference between IPv4 and IPv6. And also they asked me different protocols that are in OSI layer. And once I gave them the answer of protocols, the one protocols that I told them, they went into depth regarding those protocols. This was my computer networks part. Then they went to operating system. On operating system, they asked me about like how to boot up the computer. What is the process? Like once I click that button, what happens inside the computer? That they wanted to know that process. Then they asked me what is BIOS. Then one particular question that like many people will miss, they asked was what is the file system of Linux, what is the file system. And they, after that, when I answered that question, that was ext4, they asked me, do you know any other operating systems file systems? So yeah, I told them about Windows NTFS and FAT system, then Mac OS APFS, all these kind of file systems. Then later on, they asked me about different states of process, then what is thread, then scheduling, and what are the different kinds of scheduling algorithms. Yeah, and also they took about disk algorithm as well, disk scheduling algorithm. Then when they went to cloud computing, so they asked me basic questions regarding what is cloud computing, what are the different models, different types of clouds, containers in clouds and all. But that time I said them that I don't know much about cloud computing. So this is the catch, right? Many times people think that they have to give all answers to the interviewer. No, that's not the case. So I straightforward said them that, sorry, sir, I don't know anything about like much about cloud computing. I just know the basics. So they after that they skipped that part and they were okay with that, because if you're like if you don't know anything and you are still trying to say something that is totally unrelated, it will waste your time as well as the interviewer's time. So that is a bad thing to do. If you don't know anything, straight away say that I don't know. That is a good practice. So yeah, that is a big summary of my technical interview.
That was really inspiring, Bhushan. So how did you prepare for such questions? Like what books you referred, what websites you referred?
If you're studying your syllabus properly, then I'm pretty much sure you can tackle all these technical questions. But apart from that, what you can do is you can go to Glassdoor and other such websites where you can see what kind of questions were asked for these job roles for other people. Then you should contact your seniors, what kind of questions they faced. And at the very end, you can just start straight away go and search that these kind of top questions on this topic and all, you will find those.
Okay. Yeah. So what type of questions were asked in HR round?
For me, the flow was like this, that they asked me background about my background, what do I do and all. Where do, like I told I have sister and they also work. So they asked me where they work and all these things. After that, they asked me, what do you know about Veritas? Then they asked me, why do you want to join this company? Then we had three interviews before getting to the HR. So they asked me that, sorry, two interviews before getting to the HR interview. So they asked me that, do you remember which people took your interview? That was a very interesting question. I talked a lot about the things they told us in pre-placement talk, and I have mentioned that thing. So according to that, like they saw that I'm mentioning too many times that pre-placement. So they asked me question on that, that can you tell me the members who were present on the pre-placement talk and what they were talking about our company. So this was also a very interesting question.
Okay, so what are the tricky questions asked?
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, like the last two questions, that like, can you tell me about the previous interviews? So yeah, this is a kind of trappy question that if you are not attentive, you will forget those names and you'll stay blank at this question. Then that afterwards was that, as I told, can you tell me what they told to you in pre-placement talk and all? But these were the only two questions in HR. But the main tricky question which I found was in the MR round, the managerial round, because the scope of that round is basically to check your thinking process in a particular given situation. So he gave me various situations, but the particular one where he tried to, you can grill me, was the one where he asked me about, let's just say you have a fight with your colleague. So how will you resolve that fight? So in such kind of cases, you have to be very cautious while answering, because anything you say can be used against you as well. So it was, you can say, rather than tricky, it was, he was trying to explore my thinking process, if it's good or if it's bad.
Yeah. So now coming to resume, what do you think is a good resume? And what efforts did you take to build your resume more effective?
Getting at a good resume, you have to first start thinking that what you did in the last 4 years or last 3 years, you can say, because you just have to give them in written format that who you are and what you have done up till now. That is basically your resume, telling them in short or brief that what you are. Now getting at the part where how will you start to make your resume, or how I did that. So what I did was, uh, one of my senior, his name was Krishna. So he helped us how to write a resume and all. He took our special sessions over it. Like, he used to call us in meeting, and he used to help us to write our resume. So first of all, the things that helped me was that, please don't make your resume too much fancy. If you should focus on getting good content on your resume, because the person who is sitting in front of you, he knows that you have used any template on it. But what matters to him is that what are the things that are mentioned in it. So focus on that first, and try to keep your resume as simple as possible so the readability is good. The structure you should follow is, you should first tell them about your educational background. Then you should go on your internship or all these kind of experiences, and later on you should put your projects and hobbies and all these things, so it will go in a proper format. Yeah.
Okay. So did you do any internships?
No, not at all. I haven't done any internship. The reason behind I haven't done any internship, and there is a FOMO in students that you should do an internship, like otherwise you'll not get a good job and all these things. If you do projects instead of internships, that is also fine. Yeah, internship is considered above projects, but if you're not getting the internship that you want, make your projects, make them good projects, not dummy projects. Make them real projects, and try to upload it on GitHub. Try to post them on LinkedIn. So all these kind of things, these look more professional. So this is the thing which you can fill your void if you don't have any internship, or you don't want to do an internship.
Okay. So as you said about the projects, so what
Hmm.
projects did you include in your resume?
Okay, yeah. So actually, I started with web development as any other engineer starts, like in IT com department. So yeah, I started with web development. I did some web development projects, posted them on my GitHub and all, and then that was what pretty much I included in my resume for the development companies. And apart from that, I did various robotics projects as well. I worked on various drones. After that, I worked on various other robots as well. So I mentioned those things as well. But if you see all these robotics and stuff, this is not related to, if you want to apply for a software developer job role, it is not related to that job role, right? So, but still, anything that you have done productive matters on your resume. So these are the all kind of projects I have mentioned in
Okay. So
it. Yeah.
what do you think are the major barriers for getting a good job?
Major barriers for getting a good job. Yeah. So the biggest barrier is yourself. right? Like there are many things that go into it. The first thing I would say is not being ready. See, whenever the placements start, the first problem that people face is that they are not at all ready with things that are required for placements. Like they are not ready with their resume. They are not ready with their answers. What kind of answers they are going to give? Because I have seen, like, that is truth, that many people fumble at introduction itself. Like they cannot introduce themselves. That is the biggest blunder, you can say. So you these are the barriers. Like you have to start tackling each one of them to make your chances more better for getting a good placement. Because and after that, you can say presentability matters. Like if I have done these many things and I have to show them, but if I'm not a good presenter, I cannot properly explain them what I did. And because of that, they'll think that, okay, yeah, you're maybe just bluffing and all these things, even if you did all those things. So that is what presentability matters. And later on comes the communication. You have to have good communication, because let's just see, communication matters a lot in a interview or any other thing. Because if you're not able to, it's like if you're not at all able to convey what your thinking is, like what your thoughts are, then pretty much people will not be interested to hire you. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as we all know that you are the head of Team Cipher's coding department, and Cipher has achieved many great things under your leadership. So, how was your journey in Cipher?
Okay, so basically, when I joined the engineering, I was just studying, getting good marks, and all these kind of things were my goals, which later on changed in my second year. I found out that, yeah, there are teams who do things different from your engineering. Like it is related to your engineering, but not the traditional path that we follow. That, yeah, go to lecture, study, then write your exam, and yeah, that's all your life. No, there was a different life that I enjoyed after the college hours. That was what Cipher to me.
That's
So
okay.
basically, what used to happen in Cipher was, I used to go there. I used to explore new things regarding related to me in a field that I love. It is basically a team which deals with various robotic stuff. And I always had this thing in my mind that even if I'm a coder, I just don't want to just code the stuff and give it to the other people and they'll see what happens to it. I wanted to see the whole journey, that how my coding is being put into a product and how that thing is working with the hardware and all these kind. I had that curiosity in my mind. So that is what satisfied me in Cipher. And there are other things as well, that I was not at all a good communicator at the start of engineering. Like I used to shy away from talking at all, like taking stand on stages and all these things. But once I joined Cipher, there was this thing that once like our seniors used to give us opportunities where we can speak ourselves, like we have to present what's on our mind. So these kind of opportunities really helped me to improve my communication and overall improve my personality. Because uh, after certain time in Cipher, you have to acquire the leadership positions, like where you have to handle a couple of juniors under you. You have to plan out how the future of the Cipher will go, because that is not an thing which is run by teachers. This is totally fully run by students. So their leadership skills will also improve. Your thought process will also improve. So there are many improvements that I've seen in myself when I after I joined Cipher.
Okay, that's really great. So, you were also a part of Curiosity team, which basically dealt with drones and all. So, can you
Yeah.
brief a little about the team?
Okay, yes. So what happened was, the start of the curiosity was happened in this way, that we went to IIT Guwahati. So that there was a project
Okay.
competition, and we made a drone that was a firefighter drone. So that was the project. So we won there. So after that, if you want, you can see the big poster in a ENTC department, because the head of the team was an ENTC final year student. So that was the start. Like like when we went over there in IIT, we saw various new peoples, like who are really expert in their fields, intelligent people, teachers, faculties, and other scientists, and all. There were n number of people who are really great, and you can learn a lot from them. So we thought that, okay, we went there, we won, we had a very big exposure. Now let's just try to spread this exposure with others as well. So we started a team where we tried to do as many things as with drone technology. So we made various projects in drone. Like this was the first, that firefighter drone, that was a project. Then there was another drone with a cage, so we can use it to go to places where people cannot go. That was a carbon fiber frame and all these kind of things. There were many projects going under. Then we had drones which were able to detect things. There were cameras on them. They used to detect things. The way they used to do was is like there was a camera. It used to send the feed to the computer, and the computer used to run all the sorts of algorithms that they want over it. So these were the kind of things. After that, we also participated in drone racings. Like drones used to fly at, like, let's just say 100 to 200 kilometer per hour speed. So this was a really interesting experiences, because we represented ourselves at IIT Guwahati, IIT, you can say BHU, that is Banaras Hindu University, then IIT Bombay, and various other government colleges. Because when you go to such kind of events and all, you see people who are better than you, and it drives your passion more. That, yeah, I have to do something more good in this field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was your experience, and what are your expectations for juniors?
Okay, so to be honest, I have a very good 4 years of engineering, because I have many things to look back. Because when I was in 10th, or let's just say, 10th, because 11th, 12th, every one of us were just in books. We were not at all bothering about what our life is. So when I completed my 10th, basically, I saw back and I saw that I never did anything which is like memorable. There is nothing to remember about the things that I did in my school. So that was my one agenda in engineering, that I have to make my 4 years in such a way that when I look back, I'll have many things to see, and the experiences where I can remember them and like enjoy those moments. So that was my aim in engineering. And to be honest, that was fulfilled actually. I did many things which at the end contributed to who I am right now and the knowledge that I have right now. So for the juniors, the message that I would like to give is that um, please don't just waste your 4 years in engineering. Because even if your parents sent you to engineering and that was not your goal, uh, try to do things different from others. Because once you step out of that circle, you'll see things in from a different perspective, and you will understand things more better than others. And you can say that you will learn many life lessons going through this journey that will help you in future. That is the truth. So don't sit idle. Try to do things that will it's like help you advance in your career or make your life more better, and you will have many experiences to share with your juniors as well.
So you're also the Artificial Intelligence Coding Club head. So what is the
Yeah.
basic aim of the club, and what are your expectations?
Okay, so my aim from that club was basically to spread the knowledge of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all these advanced technologies, because the world is moving towards that place, right? So if you are not at all, if you are not that much great in those technologies, in future market you will struggle a lot. So if you have knowledge regarding those fields, that is a very good thing. So that was our aim, and to get that knowledge from your seniors rather than your teachers. Because from 8 to, let's just say, 3 or 5 p.m., you are already sitting in lectures where teachers are telling you, okay, this is the concept, that is the thing, and all these things. But apart from that, if you are getting a chance to study things from your seniors will come to you as your friends, and they'll teach you things that are in a simple way. So that was our aim and objective.
So as you have been a part of various clubs, what kind of clubs will you suggest for better growth of an individual?
Okay, yeah. So about that point, basically there are like two kinds of clubs or teams that are in our college. The one which is totally under a department where like teachers are the people who manage everything, and the second is where students manage everything. So basically, majority I have an experience of both the type of clubs. But where the students manage everything, that is a different story, because you don't have to answer anyone. You can take your decisions yourself. This helps in your personality as well, like where in life, let's just say you have to take really difficult decisions and all this experience at the end will help you a lot to make that kind of personality where you will basically take the tough decisions yourself. And because many times you can say in a team and all where it is totally governed by students, the financing is the finance and all is handled by students. After that, the decisions, the teams, who will lead the team, who will make, this is like totally short democracy kind of thing. So if you join a team or club which is governed by students, it will be very helpful for you.
Okay. So, apart from this, you were an active participant of various other co-curricular activities. So, how did you
Yeah.
manage your academics as well as co-curricular activities?
Yeah, that's a very important question, to be honest, because see, at first, to be honest, in first year my academics were good, but when once I started these extracurricular things in second year, my pointer, you can say, fell by from 9.5 to 8.5. That was a huge drop for me, because if you see that once you start going, like once you start taking part in other co-curricular or other activities, it will it will consume your whole lot of time, because you have to do those things after your college and after your lecture hours. So there is an important decision that you have to make up in your mind, that like after your college hours, the time which you have, like time that you have been left with, what do you want to do with that? Do you want to do something productive, or you just want to spend it with, like, let's just say, chat with your friends for like 2 3 hours, enjoy your time, go roam somewhere? Or you have to utilize that time to do something productive, like get into a club, then use the knowledge that you have gained till like until your morning, and then use it on the projects and all those things that you have been doing, because that is a different life, because I have been in college, like sometimes like we used to sleep in stairs as well in electrical department. At night we used to stay, so we got the TAL lab. We used to watch movies sometimes to just chill out over there in TAL lab. And after that, like there was a time when we were leaving to home to go and sleep, and students were coming to college to sit and study. So these are the kind of things that you can do once you are like having that extracurricular academic involvement in your life. You do many things that are not usual and different from other students. So that's it. You just have to do proper time management, and you have to set your priorities, that what you want to do through it, and what are the things that you want to achieve from going extracurricular and other academic things.
Okay.
But your marks will
So,
follow.
yeah, yeah. Last but not the least, what message would you like to give to the future engineers of the country?
Okay, so yeah, if you see, many people join engineering to either get a job, or if someone forces them to join engineering, there are many less people who come with a like self-interest, that yeah, I want to do engineering for this purpose and all. So first of all, if you are joining from the two other mindsets that I told you, that I want to get a good job, or someone forced you to get into engineering, uh, first of all, try to change it to a goal, that yeah, I have this goal in my mind and I want to do this, rather than yeah, just I have to get a job, because you can get a job without even without an engineering degree, right? uh,
Yes,
what you
absolutely.
should try to do is, you have 4 years in your hand. You will learn many things in these 4 years. Try to use that things in your day-to-day life. And if you are an engineer, if you want, like, there are many paths that you can follow. You can get a good job at good companies, but how will you get those good jobs? You have to actually utilize what you have learned up till now. into whatever the things these companies require. That is the kind of path you can follow. Then afterwards, you can be entrepreneurs, because India needs entrepreneurs. So there are many things that government is doing, like dedicated freight corridors for industrialized zones and all. So all these things are done because they are boosting the manufacturing capacity of India. So if you are an engineer, and if you have really good ideas, you can pitch it to different what you can say entrepreneurs and all these kind of things. So you can start your own companies as well, because soon enough, I'm pretty much sure that the support for entrepreneurship and startups will grow more and more day by day. So yes, if you are an engineer, try to at least once in a life, try to make a product or try to make something good out of your knowledge. That is what I will suggest to the future engineers. Don't shy away from studying so much for engineering, because I've seen many people, like, they chill out their 4 years of engineering, and after at last couple of months, they'll think of, oh shit, I didn't got any placement. So try to make better use of your 4 years. Means, like, yeah, that's the message I would like to give.
Okay. So thank you very much, Bhushan. It was an amazing talk with you. We got to learn so many more things from you, and all the very best for your future endeavors.
Yeah, thank you.